Just wanted to check the sound is okay on live stream. Just wanted to check again. Sound is okay on live stream. Just wanted to check sound is okay on live stream. Perfect. So, our today's topic is self-care, improving the quality of everyday life. Before I'm going to start this topic, just want to know that I might ask you for the reflection during this session. So make sure that you can access to your live chat box. If you cannot see the live chat box in your device, just make sure to log in with your Facebook ID, either with the Gmail account, so that you can answer if I ask any question. And I would like to request you all to keep the pen and paper with you so that you can make some notes on this topic. So, self care, which is very important for everyone. Let's start the topic from the definition of virtues. What do you mean by virtues? Why it's important in our life? Take few seconds and think about it. That why the virtues, qualities of the being, it's important. So, let's start with the simple definition on virtues. So, virtues are the beauty of person. It has so many names. You can call it attributes, ethics, decorums, morals, values or beliefs, or act of goodness. So, virtues are the form, shape, and color of our personality. Virtues are the way we do things in our daily life. It is the way we move, speak, and dress. So now you have the idea what are the qualities that we are now going to talk, which is improving the quality of everyday life. So, move further. If I ask any one of you, what do you want in the life? The answer is peace and happiness. Even the answer is something else. But the final motive is always happiness. So, yes, our today's virtue is happiness. Let's start with a small question. I want to ask you, what is happiness? Why it's important to you? Take some seconds. Let's pause and think. Why you want happiness in your life? Or let me rephrase this for you. What gives you happiness? Here, take few moments and think. What gives you real happiness, a true happiness? Okay, I hope you're done with your list. That what gives you happiness? Let's start with a simple definition that will give you a clear idea what is the true happiness that we are going to talk about. So, happiness is a very comfortable psychological inner state of being, which will help us to remain stable irrespective of the challenges outside, the problems outside in our life. And I also want to tell you that the happiness is not excitement. Excitement is completely different than happiness. So, excitement is a temporary surge, it is a temporary flow which cannot be sustained for long, while the happiness is a very powerful inner state of being with long lasting single state of mind. So, now we are clear with the definition. Even if you make some notes, you can just make the notes. So, then when we go more further in this topic, now you know that yes, this is the true happiness. Now you can relate it with the definition. And let's move further. There are two human beings, they are talking to each other. First is asking second person that I'm looking for happiness. Where from you get this? I have been searching for it everywhere in this world. And the second person replied very beautifully that I created it myself. So, happiness lies within. Let me tell you the importance of the happiness. Why we need happiness? Why it's important to us? So, when you're happy, you feel very comfortable inside, right? You remain content and cheerful in your life. It improves the relations, and everyone likes the being with happy and joyful nature. It increases the passion, work efficiency, creativity, and the job satisfaction. And many studies have shown that the happiest person tends to live more longer life and healthier. So, let's move on the another topic. Let's discuss a story, a very beautiful story of life, a story about the happiness. So, one day in a college, professor had a meeting with their old students to check how they are doing with their life and career. So, conversation started between them, and soon that conversation turned into complaints and stress in the work and life. So they decided to take a break, a coffee break, and they decided to discuss there. The professor brought up with the big pot of coffee and the different various kind of cups on the table for the students to choose from. When everybody had the cup of the coffee in their hand, the professor continued the discussion. The professor said, if you noticed that you all chose the best cup, expensive and good looking cup for yourself, leaving behind the simple ones. And while it's normal for you only to want best for yourself, it is also the source of your problems and stress in your life. She explained, all you wanted was the coffee, not the cup. Be assured that the quality of the cup does not add any taste to the coffee. But still, you all went for the best cups for yourself and then begin icing on others' cup. So, professor said that the life is a coffee and money, job, and our status in the society are the cups. Beautiful, isn't it? And that quality we compromise all the time in our life. That's happiness. So, those cups are just the tools to hold and contain our life. It does not add or define any quality of our life we live. And sometimes we forgot to enjoy the coffee. We fail to enjoy the coffee because we are only concentrating on the cups. Professor gave them a lifetime lesson. And this example, it's very practical. And she said, the happiest people don't have everything best in their life, but they just make the best of everything. So, always remember to savor the coffee, not the cups. Because success will not always brings you happiness, but the happiness will always brings you success. A beautiful story. From that we can learn to see in our life that are we just collecting the cups or we are enjoying the coffee. And now let's go on the journey of the happiness. Here, take few moments to absorb this story and you can make some points. Note it down on your notebook. So, as I earlier asked you that what gives you happiness? There was a picture of the things, a list that you can make it that yes, this gives me happiness or that gives me happiness. So, yes, as like you made it, I had the list too. I had made it before. At that time, I was also looking for the happiness. Let's discuss that list. You might have the different list there, but it could be nearest one. So let's start. Let's move further. So, before going into the topic, I want to tell you two terms. One is physical comfort and the another is emotional comfort. So, physical comfort is defined as what we have. For example, we have for present, we can say, I have a pen or a paper in my hand. And the emotional comfort is how we think. Just keep in mind these two terms and take few seconds here to think if you can relate that it's a physical comfort is happiness or the emotional comfort? So let's start with the list. Although the objects are useful and important in our life, so now I want to ask you, do you believe objects will give you happiness? Take some time. Ask yourself, do objects give you happiness? You can write your answer in the live chat in yes or no, or because there is nothing wrong or right, so just write it down. Feel free to write. So let's understand this. If you believe, if your answer is yes, the objects give me will give us happiness. Let's take a simple example, a very beautiful example. One of your friend gift you a gadget. It could be a phone, tablet, or iPad. So now you can see yourself, visualize yourself in that moment when you get a gift. So your friend gift you a phone, iPad, or tablet. Now all of us will agree that the level of happiness is much higher when our friend gift the phone to us rather than we are buying for ourselves. Agree? So our happiness level is higher now. The object is same. Let's see the another side of the coin. After a few days or next day, we get to know that the phone our friend gifted to us is our old and used piece, saying it's new. Your happiness will immediately vanish. Is it right? But here you have to see the object is still same, but that's our happiness is going up and down. So now you can agree with this, right? The object is not giving you happiness. That is your emotions, your response in order to getting that object. Now here take few seconds to think on it. That is true or not? How do you feel it? Okay, let's understand this with another example. Spectrum of emotions. So if you believe that object will give me happiness, that means when you buy a big house, you believe you will be happy. If you buy a fancy car, it will give you happiness. Or a new latest phone. Here, let's pause and think. If I'm not wrong, most of us we have the phone in our hands. Now look at your phone and ask yourself, does this phone gives you happiness? Let's pause and think again. Does this gives you happiness or comfort? Here, let's understand the spectrum of emotions. I'm sitting on a simple chair and you are sitting on very expensive chair. And now you have to think that while sitting on that chair, does it gives you happiness? Okay, then understand this. Sitting on a same chair, holding that same phone in your hands, you are getting one message on your phone. It could shift you from happy to being sad, to being sad to being irritated, or angry, or anxious. Although the phone and the chair is same, the objects are still same. But how come those objects are not giving you happiness anymore? Just pause and check. That object gives you happiness because objects are not designed to give you happiness. They are designed to give you comfort, a physical comfort, and the happiness is emotional comfort. Let's move further to this topic. So let's take another example of the wall. Suppose you're sitting in front of the wall or you're standing in front of the wall, and that wall is my destination. So I'm sitting here, and the wall in front of me is my destination, it's my goal. Now I started walking towards the wall, but I believe I will be happy when I reach to the wall. While I'm believing that I will be happy when I reach there, I can be stressed while I'm walking. I can get angry while I'm walking because I believe the happiness is when I reach there. If someone is in my way, then they are also a problem in my life, and I can do anything to get them out from my life, from my way, because they are also obstacle in my happiness. So while creating anxiety, fear, and anger, I believe this is all natural on the way. And the happiness is when I reach to the goal, when I reach to the wall. Now visualize creating fear, anxiety, doubts, jealousy, and anguish. But if somebody else reaches the wall before me, and all that, what's going to be the state of being? It's already so depleted, so disturbed while walking. And finally, I reached the wall, which means I have achieved my goal. Now see, take few moments and see yourself that I have drained my all happiness while walking. Can I be really happy when I reach there? Because the happiness is in the way we walk. It's not only when we reach there. Just put this example in your life that when you have experienced this or you had experienced this situation, take few moments to think that how you feel, how you felt when this happened to you. Okay, let's take another example to understand. Because so many times we said My happiness is set on one specific point, which means when I get that, I will be happy. Is happiness is in achievements or in position or getting jobs? Ask this to yourself. Does these all gives you happiness? Many times we think in our life that when this particular event occur in my life, I will be happy. For example, after passing a university or getting a job. And after that, we think I will be happy when the next event occur. For example, getting good position in the company. So, it seems our happiness is keep getting postponed for one or other reason that we all have experienced in our life. Why we feel that the achievement will give us happiness? Because we work with full determination towards our goal and we believe I will be happy at the end, perhaps creating the fear, anxiety, and the worry during that process. Why we get happiness when we achieve the goal? Of course, that's true, but it lasts for only few days. After that, you have another goal in your life and then another round of stress and worry. Just take few moments and ask yourself, does that achievements in your life gives you happiness? Because why we think that we work so hard in our life, but the happiness is not only at the destination when we achieved the goal, it is also in the way we walk, it's also in our journey. So, happiness is a journey in your life, in our life. Let's move further on this topic. It's very usual for us to say that my happiness is dependent on outside, which means on people, on situation, on the stimulus, which is outside. Let's see this. How does it work? So, excuse me. So, we say this very naturally. I am angry because of. I'm irritated because of. I'm upset because of. Or even I'm happy because of. It seems to be very normal vocabulary or so natural for us. But while we are saying this, which means we are saying it's obvious that I'm upset because someone did something. I'm irritated because something not happened like as I want, in my way. And every time we are saying this, that we are start believing this, that what I am feeling inside, what I am feeling in here, it's because of something outside. And we believe if I want to be happy, it means something outside had to be changed for me. So, which leads to that our happiness, feelings, my thoughts are completely dependent on the people, on the situation to be perfect in my way. Here, take a pause and check, is that true? That your feelings, your thoughts, your happiness is dependent outside, dependent on people or on the situation? Let's explain that if you think that the situation creates our response, that because the situation was like that, I get angry, I get upset. Okay. So let's take a few example that if you think that the situation creates my response, then in every situation we are getting in, for example, a traffic jam or exam failure or boss shouting. So these are all different situations. If the situations are creating our response, which means the response should be same for everyone. In every situation, everyone should have to respond in the same way. Is it possible that 10 people are in the traffic jam and they are creating the same response that it's okay, we can wait? Some are creating the fear and anxiety because they have to reach somewhere. Some are saying our whole day is spoiled, right? So, which means response is different for everyone. But of course, the response is coming from inside of us. That is what we have recorded inside us. That makes our response. Here, one day, if you get angry, it's okay. If you get little irritated tomorrow, it's okay. But don't say, I'm upset because of. You can say, I created it. Then at that moment, it brings the power to you. Now you have the choice to choose the response. People are outside. Stimulus is outside. Situation is outside. But the response, it's my choice. It's my creation. And everything is in my hands. You can create the right response because in between the stimulus and the response, you have the choice to choose your response, how you want to respond to the situation. So, always choose right response. Choose happiness. Again, take few seconds to see when you last time respond to any situation. How was it? How you did it? So let's move further in this list. As we saw, so many examples that I had made in my list. So there is a few more points. Do you believe that our happiness is depend on food, travel, TV, entertainment, or the shopping gives us happiness? Take few seconds. Ask yourself, does these all gives you happiness? Okay, let's start with the food. Do you think that food gives you happiness? Okay, if the answer is yes, let's see this. So, there is nothing wrong with eating a good food, but it feels only good while you're eating, right? And then, how much time in a day you can keep eating? Maximum 2 to 3 hours in a day. While we make this provision of 2 to 3 hours maximum we can eat in a day, then what about the remaining 22 hours? If you think the food gives you happiness. Now, here we all are agree that the happiness which lasts for longer, it's permanent. It's not a temporary search, right? Because we are eating the food that is giving us temporary sensual pleasure. We are feeling good while we are eating. But after that, no happiness in our life. Similarly, let's see the travel. Many of us think, even I was believed that travel gives us happiness. But there is nothing wrong in with traveling. It did it do three things while we are traveling. So one, it changed the situation that we are for example, we're going from Calgary to Banff. So it's changed the situation, right? And then secondly, we can say we are not working there. We are free. And then we get to experience the many new places. Although still it's external change. So, which is also temporary. One wrong thought created by someone, it could shift you from the happiness from the travel towards the sadness, or you could fight even there. So, which means the travel is also temporary, which cannot give you happiness. Let's move further. Take few seconds and think if you are clear with this that the food gives you happiness or travel gives you happiness. Okay, so then we believe that TV or entertainment, playing games on the phone gives us happiness. Very famous game I have heard from everyone, that PUBG, that gives us happiness, right? So let's see this process, how this TV and entertainment do busy our mind. So in our usual days, many waste and ordinary thoughts go on in our mind. Therefore, switching on the TV, it distracts our mind, our thoughts in few minutes towards the something more captivating because we are watching something and listening to, right? And you can see that in 10 to 15 minutes, those thoughts and your mind will be completely become silent and you are under the control of the emotions on the TV completely. And after that, you will feel happy because there is no thoughts. You're free from those thoughts. And you, at that time, you feel the pleasure. And you thought, yeah, this is the happiness. But this is not true happiness. Because after you switch off the TV, those thoughts will come again. Then, do you really believe that TV, playing games, will give you happiness? There is only a way, one way to resolve this issue is talking to your mind, not the TV, not the games or entertainment. Even like the shopping, it's the same. We believe if I go for a shopping, I feel happy. But do you really? Because what attracts us when we go for a shopping is the outer beauty and the flashiness of the world. Now just imagine, look at your cupboard. how many dresses you have in your cupboard? Around 40 to 50 dresses are the clothes. And how many hardly do you wear in a week? 7? Then, and the shopping is also kind of change in the situation. We are going from our home because I was feeling a little bit off, like a sad. I just changed the place. I went for a shopping to the shopping mall. Or even I'm going to get my mind busy in the, we can say, in the online shopping. I'm just checking the list. I'm going to add it in the cart. I'm going to buy it, right? So that's just the outer beauty and the flashiness. But the happiness, it's not in the outer world. It starts from our inner world. Now, this was all about my list. I hope you have the same or might have the similar one. So, now I want to say that I'm very fortunate that I have found the true happiness, and I would like to share that secret with you, the secret of happiness. So, let's start your day with the self time. Self time for yourself, just you and your mind. So, we all know if we stay 24 by 7 with whom, it's our mind. By 24 by 7, we stays with our mind. And of course, for that, we should have a good relationship with our mind. So, I want to give you some strategies, some of the secrets, then how you can talk to your mind, how you can keep that self time. So every time, every day, take few minutes with your mind. Talk to your mind in a silence. Appreciate its work when it resolves the issues of your life. Appreciate your mind. And then every day, keep checking on your thoughts once every few hours. Just check your mind is happy and check it's not crying in the negative emotions. And very important, give a good, pure food to your mind every morning. A good spiritual knowledge, a pure knowledge. Hence, that pure knowledge automatically leads to the elevated thoughts and which can create the feeling of happiness. Because this is the journey of mine from my inner world towards the outer world. And then let's see the another one, that consider that you are the creator of your happiness. There is no one else who can give you happiness. Believe in yourself. Take an example. My body goes where I go, then my hands, what I do, and my mouth, what I speak. It's are in my controls. Those all are. Then similarly our thoughts. Our thoughts are also in my control, in our control. And we can modify them, change them as we needed. Because happiness is all about the pure, positive, and elevated thoughts in your life. take a few seconds and think. Even you can put this into the practical. Take few seconds and talk to your mind. Okay, so as we saw, the happiness was the results of pure positive and elevated thoughts. So, with the respect of objects, wealth, and you can say the phone or the car or the TV, entertainment, travel, still that the happiness, it's a feeling. It's not a physical thing. It's our inner creation. So you are the creator for that. So always focus on your inner strength. That will create the happiness. And when you create the pure positive and elevated thoughts, those thoughts will automatically lead to the happiness. Because happiness is a journey. It's not only at the destination. And if you want to do a Raj Yoga course, you can visit our website or you can contact our coordinator at the Calgary Center or any nearest center in your city. Thank you so much joining us today. Now here again, take few minutes in the silence. Let's start talking our mind because our mind is like a child. Understand it and always stay happy. Choose your response, choose happiness. Thank you so much and have a good evening, everyone.
Everybody wants, every one of us needs. I got wings on my back, and I'm ready to leave. There is love in my heart that will help me to start my journey to within. With faith I must begin. Everybody wants, every one of us needs. I got wings on my back, and I'm ready to leave. Part of my soul wants to race through the skies to get what I want, to reach what I need. Part of my soul wants to race through the skies to get what I want, to reach what I need. On the top of the mountain, my troubles so small, I reach so